Our speaker has over 9,000 patients. He's been a biological medicine specialist for all these years. He has many other types of credentials, to including being a chiropractor, acupuncturist, and many other designations as well. He is a student of life in the body and how it works. I give you Dr. Barry All. Would you join me in welcoming him?
Thank you, Charles. All right, I'm going to charge my brain. All right. Does everybody like how fancy I look, all doctor-y? Thank you, thank you. Good. Hope you enjoyed it. All right. Now, what I want to talk to you about, this is going to be like how to fix your body for dummies. I'm going to dumb it down real easy. It's going to be show and tell. All right. Your body knows how to repair everything. If your bones are weak, your body knows how to regrow them. If your muscles are wasting away, joints are breaking down, your internal organs are falling apart, you got things going wrong with you, there's no incurable disease. There is a point of no return. There's permanent damage. But if you get to anything wrong with a system going in here, if you get to it in time, do the right things, your body can repair it. So I'm going to explain it. And this is all you need for your body to repair itself. Ready? Get this. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment. And your body will repair everything. So I'm going to explain what that means. We're going to look at the slides, two cadavers here. We have one unhealthy specimen and one more healthy specimen. What you're going to see a difference in here on the inside, this is the liver. Look how clean that is. Look how dirty this liver is. Look at how clean this part of the intestine is. Look at the blackened stomach and pancreas and spleen. Look how high the diaphragm has pushed up around that heart. Look at the buildup in the bowel. This is mucoid plaque that builds up within the walls of the bowel and can't be flushed out, must be drawn out. Look at the bladder being crushed. Look at how filthy the omentum is. It's where a majority of your immune system is compared to this one. Although this healthier specimen has a lot of buildup also. Now, I want you to pay attention to this shape right here, including the brain. That's inside the body. Okay? Everything outside of this cavity is external, outside of the body, especially the body's Tupperware, fat. Now, your fat cells can engorge many times their size with toxins and acids. So, the inside of the body must be kept a perfect way. It must be kept alkaline at an exact pH, and it must be kept hydrated, and it must be toxin-free. Otherwise, the critical internal organs start to die. So, what the body does is throws that stuff outside. And then when you need something to neutralize all those poisons and acids, when you're not eating what your body needs to go, guess what it turns to? Raw human flesh. Delicious. Your body loves raw human flesh. It'll even eat the bones. Look down here. This is a heavier person. This should be bigger leg muscles and bigger leg bones. This person has cannibalized. The word is catabolism, the breakdown of complex structures into absorbable nutrients for rebuild. This person was so toxic and so acidic that in order to save her life, perpetuated as much as she did, she had to live on her tissues. Look how thin that bone is compared to here. Look at, there's no muscle here compared to here. Now, here's the news. Not just her. Every one of you, all along, right now even, you're catabolizing your own healthy tissues because you can't supply enough good on an American diet. This water machine, and this is why you will want one before you leave, And you won't want to drink another sip of anything without at least adding this to it. Because when you understand this principle, you understand that every part of your life depends on putting back in, or you're eating yourself alive. So, how many of you are old enough, body-wise? How many of you have fallen far enough apart and would like to stop it? Would anybody like to get fatter and older and more crippled? No. Yeah. How would you like to stop it in its tracks right now and actually reverse it a good bit? You saw the picture of Mr. Oshiro and his business partner. Well, he was drinking this water for 35 years. And I think everybody would agree he looked every bit of 40. It looks like he just stopped aging while his business partner over in America couldn't get access to this water. He continued to age like we expect and see people aging. Well, humans in America are aging and falling apart much faster than they ever did before in history. So we got to know, why are you falling apart and how to stop it? This machine is the critical answer. What this will supply is a surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment. This is the most important thing you need to stop falling apart and repair your body. Nutrition plays its part, but you'll see that nutrition has a nice, small, easy little part. This is critical. All right, there's me. 37 years of doing everything I knew as I learned, eating healthy, organic, juicing, doing colonics, taking lots of high-grade supplements. This is right after a triathlon. And this poor guy was still dealing with chronic respiratory and allergy stuff. Had a lot of mental and hormonal issues, trouble with learning disability and attention deficit and stress and anxiety and worry and bad sleep. Anybody have any of that? Look at the muscle tissue here on a triathlete, not very good. The bloating here is because of all my life of digestive problems. My insides didn't work. My knees were bad. I tore my first ligaments when I was a little kid, and I had a ruptured disc 15 years before this, so I had pain every morning when I got up, and it was a routine to get my back going. So this is 4 years ago or actually now 5 years ago when I was younger and healthier, right? This is a couple of months ago. This is after I discovered power to change. Yeah, you want to see? This is what you can do, and your diet and exercise and nutrition is going to be actually smaller part of the puzzle, and this is going to be the answer. This is the magic. This is actually the month I got the machine, and you can see I was still 32 waist and kind of pushing over the edge. Muscle tone still bad. Allergies and sinus stuff and respiratory stuff constant. So I had to take lots of natural things, and I had to be on a real special diet to keep it from constantly bothering me. I could manage it, and it was a lot better than managing it with drugs, which I did my whole young life, but it was a lot of work. I was a high maintenance guy. Knees still hurt, back still hurt, hormone issues, digestive problems. Now, the reason I show this picture is because that's right up to 41 years. That's everything I knew, and I was helping people, teaching people how to reverse disease in their body for a good 17 years by then. I could get people to come to my clinic that had been let go by medicine. They had done everything, all the treatments, and they were sent home to die, and I could help those people back to health. You don't know your potential until you apply these principles. So this was the month I got the machine, and this next picture is 4 months later. Pow! That's me. That's real. Sinuses, gone. No more allergies. Ever since that point, now I started drinking the water, my nose ran like a faucet. Phlegm came out of my throat. My tongue was coated. My ears had extra earwax. My hair itched. My skin itched. I was going to the bathroom 20 times a day. Most of you would be scared and say, that water's scary, I'm running away. When you understand how your body works, you're going to love that. And if any of you are drinking the water and trying it and you're not experiencing that, you're not drinking enough. You want to drink it until stuff happens. Now, I purposely stopped exercising because I saw the results immediately in what it was doing to my body. And remember that catabolism, that cannibalism? You can push it the other way. You can make your body go eat the bad stuff. How would you like to turn your body and say, hey, go eat this lump of fat here. Get it out of me. Get this toxin out of my brain so my brain works right. That's what you can do. So this is a person in 4 months that wiped out 41 years of allergies, have not had an allergy since. I go out in the pollen and mow the lawn. I used to have to wear a mask. I get dust blown in my face. One big sneeze, gone. No more. The joints, my knees are smooth like silk. My back, I wake up, there's no pain. How did that go away? I thought it was scar tissue. Thought it was permanent. That's what everybody told me. But my body didn't know. Body went and ate whatever was wrong in there, rehydrated the tissues. The muscles swelled up with no exercise. The muscles were always there. Look at the cadaver again. Sorry. All right. Look at this. If this person ate away all that fat layer, see, they'd be ripped. It's there. All of you got muscles under there somewhere. I was working out for 41 years. I had lots of muscles. I just couldn't see them because of the winter coat over the top of them. Okay? So this is within every one of your grasp. All right, ladies. This is my lovely wife. Age 37, right here. And after our 4th child, and he was 6 here. That's little Jaybird. And she was in a size 14. And, you know, it was past the pregnancy weight, okay? He's 6. She couldn't lose it. The more she dieted, the heavier her legs got. The more she starved herself, the thicker her legs got. From the top up, she looked really great, but she was not happy with herself. And, you know, that brings, when you're not happy with yourself, and you get ready in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not happy. And that works on your brain. Let me show you her results. That's 4 months applying what I discovered. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment. But there's results for the ladies. She went from size 14 to a size 8. Cut her sizes in half. And her bowel, for the first time, started working. Constipation of whole life. That's why she got colon cancer when she was in her early 20s. Guess how she got rid of her colon cancer? She changed her diet. She ate only raw food. She was juicing raw green vegetables. She did colonics. She took good nutrition. And guess what? Her body ate that cancer out of her. Not a single medical treatment. That's what your body can do. Only the human body can heal itself. All right, this is the American way. Everybody knows this guy, the governor. And this is what we don't get to see, or this is what we don't focus on. This is how that kind of American way of all the meat and the working out, and who can keep that up, living in the gym. And this is what happens from pouring in all that poison, wrong food, and letting your body be destroyed. He catabolized, he ate his muscles. Now when you eat your muscles and neutralize and take the good, there's a waste that must be stored on the outside, and that's the saggy, baggy, hangy stuff. This is one of my great heroes, Jack LaLanne. Built his body naturally without drugs, just super exercise, and you know, for about 90 years he's been preaching health and nutrition, and he's a chiropractor too, and exercise, and he's always talking about raw, fresh, live stuff. Raw stuff has energy. When you cook it, it's dead. When you buy old stuff, it's dead. When you store your food, it's dead. You have got to have life. This is him at age 73, much older than the picture of the governor. And look at the shape he's in. He could knock him out at age 73. This is the way I used to help people. And this is $25 worth of organic greens. and that makes about a half gallon of juice, and you need a gallon a day, so you need $50 worth of organic greens to repair your body. You can get a gallon of this for like a tenth of a penny. Anybody that says this is expensive does not understand life. They don't understand what your body needs. This is the cheapest miracle you'll ever buy. So, here's my wife, not eating. This is through the lower bowel and pelvis. This is the hip bone that comes around to the side. There's the buttocks. The light gray is muscle. The dark charcoal gray is fat and cellulite and toxins. That muscle should go all the way out to the edge, and there should be a thin layer of fat all around it. So, when she was skipping eating, her body never skipped a meal. Her body had rump roast and some bone. Look how thin this bone is. Look at that one. This is a 32-year-old girl. What do all of your buttocks look like on a CT scan? Because even though starving yourself can make you fatter, here's what happens. Remember this, okay? She's starving herself, eating one organic meal per day at nighttime, okay? Always a raw salad, always organic food. But because she was acidic, she ate the muscle and bone, brought it in here, neutralized the acid, then there's waste products stored out here. She's eating one healthy meal a day and getting fatter on her butt and hips and her legs, totally coated. What would be worse? What if she had been putting acid stuff in? You know, yogurt, old-timey yogurt, the stinky, smelly, nasty tasting stuff, that used to be alkaline. Today's yogurt is ice cream. Come on. It is so acidic. All the things we eat, everything you eat except for raw green vegetables is acid. So you're eating your butt and bones even faster than she was. So how do you stop it? You put in a surplus of energy, which you get from raw food, but you get 400 times as much from here. You got to keep your body in an alkaline environment. If you're alkaline, your body has to eat the bad stuff. You will block muscle loss. Does that sound good? How about no more bone loss? So that's the last thing I want to say, but I do want to tell you about the plates because it's all the difference in the world. This guy invented the machine. He found what was necessary to reproduce the water in Hunza that had the results. Okay? It wasn't what machine could we make. It was reproduce the water that has worked for thousands of years. Okay? He found it took a 230-watt motor. It took 7 medical-grade titanium plates. Titanium's toxic to us. So it must be dipped and totally coated in surgical-grade platinum. Surgical-grade platinum does not break down. You run an electric charge through that for 20 years, you're not going to get any heavy metal poisoning. They use a transformer to get a constant energy flow. Because of the bigness of this company, they can buy thousands of dollars worth of metal and put it into this machine for half of that. So there's over $4,000 worth of precious metals and equipment in here, not to mention a little computerized woman that's in there telling you everything. She's so nice. It's nice to hear her every morning. But these other knockoff companies come along, their only way that they could compete is on price. And you can't make a machine with enough energy and enough metal to create that split and produce true Kangen water. So not another single one of them is producing Kangen water. They're producing ionization at some level, but it's not enough to make the changes that will change your health. So I'm not going to belabor this, but don't buy a knockoff. These are the size motors. The next biggest one is like 100 to 150 watts compared to 230. Now they know what works. Why don't they use it? They can't afford to put quality and still make a profit. These guys are they're making their machines out of bubble gum and Scotch tape. And what happens with these little mesh screen plates, why do you use a mesh screen? Because you punch those holes out, melt that metal, you can make 1,000,000 of them. But what happens with those cheap little plates and that little motor, and nobody else uses a transformer, they use a SMPS which shuts itself off. That means you're going to get overheating of those plates, warping, cracking, platinum and titanium toxicity in you. We've heard stories of people bleeding out of their eyes, going blind, being paralyzed. Heavy metal poisoning is one of the worst things you'll ever deal with. And that's what happens from using a knockoff. So don't use a knockoff.